G'day everyone, it's Justin and Scott, two dads again from Australia, and today we're coming to you from a 2017 Mercedes AMG C43 Coupe. Alright mate, the AMG C43, it's something you've brought down to us today.
Yeah, something that's quite exciting to be having a drive off. Yeah, it's a brand new car really. It's only, I think the first one's only arrived the last few weeks.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Yeah, and it's a bit of a new variant for Mercedes. And I thought it was good to review an AMG because 1 in 8 Mercedes-Benz sold in Australia is, believe it or not, an AMG variant.
Oh, okay.
And that doesn't even add up for all the ones that have all the AMG stuff added to the base model.
Yep.
So it's certainly a very powerful brand in Australia. And I think what excites me over the last 10 years, probably since about 2006, that Mercedes really started making some fun cars. And I think, you know, we see a lot on the road now. We see the 45s, you've got the A45 and the GLA 45, and you've got some 43s. So this one's obviously the Coupe 43, and it's like the sister car of the sedan version. And yet it's still the younger sibling, I suppose, of the C63, which is a bit of a crazy car.
There's a bit of a price difference between sort of a standard Merc at the moment and a C63, and that's why they've brought this one in, haven't they? Just to fill that gap.
They feel like there's a market in between, yeah, absolutely. So I think when you look at the C63, it's fully rear-wheel drive. You know, it's a pretty angry car. It's got some pretty aggressive styling. And then you've got a whole lot of C-Class variants underneath that are doing some, you know, different niches. But this one is a performance car, but it's a little bit more refined in between, I suppose, the C43.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
All right. So it's all-wheel drive.
It's all-wheel drive, so that's a big variation, I suppose, on the C63, is that's fully rear-wheel drive.
Yep. So mate, this one's got the V6 twin turbo, hasn't it?
It does, yep.
And
I think it's 270 kilowatts, 520 newton meters of torque. We've got a 9-speed automatic, and it sort of moves us from 0 to 100 in about 4.7 seconds. Yeah.
Wow, that's moving.
Yeah, okay. It is. Yep.
Yeah. The ride's firm, but it's actually quite controlled, isn't it? It's nice, actually. I like it. Like, it's got that sportiness about it.
Absolutely. So we've got 3 different variations of suspension that we can actually control here as well.
Okay.
So this one today's it's fitted with a couple of options.
Yep.
One of the things I love about AMG is you don't normally have to tick many things in the options box. You pretty much get the whole.
Okay.
You get the whole kit. I thought I'd let you just have that, make that noise with the exhaust. So one of the options is definitely the sports exhaust, and that comes as a bit of a package, and you know, so it's an extra few $1,000 on top of the base price, which I think is around 105,000 Australian.
Yep.
So the package for the sports exhaust, you get the sports exhaust, you get the much nicer steering wheel, and you get these very nice seats.
Yep.
All come as a package for an extra few $1,000.
Oh, okay. All right.
And we've also got some carbon fibre on the dash as an option. But other than that, there's not really a lot of other options.
Oh, okay. So in terms of family friendliness, this car, like, it's a 4-seat coupe, so it's not too bad, is it? So
yeah, it's pretty good. I mean, so I suppose it depends if you want the two-door or the 4-door. I mean, you can get the C43 sedan as well,
or a wagon too, isn't it?
And the wagon,
I reckon the wagon would be really
shooting
practical.
brake one, is that?
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, there's plenty of variations to meet some of that family friendliness, I think. Yep.
Oh, okay.
What do you think of the cockpit comfort driving it?
I got to say, I mean, I'm more used to BMWs, I suppose. I mean, you know, the BMW product and that. I'm a bit of a BMW fan. But tell you what, like the Alcantara steering wheel, the carbon fibre, this presents really, really nicely, doesn't it? It feels very upmarket.
Yep.
It's nice, like, you know, the stitching, the fit and finish. It's just spot on, isn't it? And I think for the money that they're asking for one of these, that's pretty good value for money, isn't it? Like 270 kilowatts. How much torque? About 560 newton meters of torque, I think it's got.
520, I think. Yeah.
Sorry.
520. Yep.
So about 520 newton meters of torque. And for something like this, that's a lot of performance, isn't it? For that money. So.
Yep.
And it's a 9-speed automatic.
This
thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
So yeah. Okay. Who has a 9-speed automatic? visibility's okay. I mean, it is a coupe, so you've got that narrow window up the back there. But I think with all those safety features, like you say, like it's a pretty easy car to drive, this thing, considering the performance it's got. So, and that noise, that's nice, isn't it? That is nice. Yeah, I always thought like AMGs have always had that, you know, great reputation of having fun performance cars, and this is I agree.
Yep. It's putting a smile on your face.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Justin, you've had a drive of the car. What do you think?
Mate, that's my line.
It is your line. I get to ask it for once.
Mate, well, I got to say, I mean, I haven't driven many like current Mercedes-Benz cars, I suppose. So a bit of an eye-opener, this thing. I like the way that you know, that it's very visceral. You can drive this car, you can hear that noise, that burble, the pop. Very, very nice. You know, 270 kilowatts, what, 500 and odd
20
newton meters of torque.
Yeah.
You know, you can certainly feel that. But then again, there's a lot of refinement in the car too. The fit, the finish, the amount of equipment you get in the car. Yeah, it's worthy of that price. Actually, I think it's really good for that price, to be honest. You're getting a lot of car for your money. You know, it fits into that nice slot between a standard Mercedes and the king of the AMGs, I suppose, the C63, doesn't it, with the V8?
Yep.
So, you know, if you're looking at something to bridge that gap, it you know, fits that pretty well. Mate, I reckon the styling's great. It like I said, the modern styling of Mercedes has come a long way from back in the 80s and 90s. That, you know, I remember what it was like. So,
absolutely. And I think while we've got the coupe here today, there's a lot of other variations, right? There's a sedan, there's a whole lot of in the C class that you can look at in terms of family friendly.
Well,
so
the wagon, I reckon would be perfect.
Yep. Yeah. So there's a lot of choice out there for people. Yep.
Yeah. But no, thanks for that. It's a you know, very, very good car. Very good car.
What about that other question that you always ask? If you're walking away or you pulled up next to a shop and you could look in the window, would you look back at this thing as you left it?
I'll just preface this. I think my sort of Larry days are over, so I probably wouldn't buy a coupe.
Yeah.
But the wagon, I probably would, and I would look back at it, I reckon.
Yeah.
I think that's a really cool thing. Like a high-performance wagon really tickles my fancy. I love those. So, mate, I'd look back at this thing. So, yeah.
Excellent.
Well, anyway, just like to say thanks to everybody for keeping the views up, and it's been really good, and I'm sure we'll be bringing you some more interesting cars later this year, and we look forward to doing that. So I guess we'll see you later.
Thanks, guys.